Welcome to the Midweek Show. I'm Pastor Darren to many, PD to a few, D-Nib to a very select few, and this is the Midweek Show. One of my favorite things that we do here at Focus Church. We're just striving to keep you connected in a disconnected world. It's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining, hopefully a little bit inspiring to you as well. But we have got some of your favorite segments coming back again this month. Dude Jr. is always entertaining. Can't wait to learn some amazing, crazy, weird facts from Pastor Raphael. And we have got some inspiration in store for you as well. But before we get to all of that, I want to be able to kick things off with this month's top 4 list. Come on, somebody. It is time for another top 4 list. And this time we're going to go through a top 4 list. It's the beginning of November here, and we're going to be inspired by Halloween. Come on, candy, right? Like, it's a great time to be able to talk about candy. But I don't know about you. I'm not a person who's just going around eating candy all the time. Halloween, and then there's really another time where man, just candy's where I got to have something like a sweet tooth kicks in, and that's when I'm sitting down watching a movie. That's right. We are talking about the top 4 movie candy snacks of all time. What kind of candy do you want to go toward? Do you gravitate towards when you're sitting down watching a movie at a movie theater? This is going to be a great list. In fact, this is my list, but I want to hear your list as well. I'm pretty sure you've got your opinions on what are great movie snacks, movie candies. It's got to be the candy side of things, like that's where we're going towards. So here we go. Without further ado, the top 4 movie candies of all time. Honorable mention. Yes, of course, we've got to start with an honorable mention. This time, the honorable mention for the top candy of all time is popcorn. Man, I love teasing y'all. I love making jokes about all that kind of stuff. The popcorn is not a candy. Obviously, it's not. But of course, we're talking about movie snacks, and so popcorn has to be involved in the conversation because it is the quintessential movie snack of all time. And so if you're going to talk about movies, you have to talk about popcorn. I know it's not a candy, but it has to be mentioned because here's the other side of it. Most of the time, if you get candy, you're going to have popcorn as well. If you're like me, hey man, we're just going to go all in. It's all about the experience that we're going to have. And so you actually you've got to rate the candy on how it pairs with popcorn, right? Like you can't have one that just messes the other one up because that's just no good. So you've got to be able to tell if it actually pairs with popcorn or not. So the honorable mention is not a candy at all, but it definitely determines on some of the other candy that we have on the list. And so the honorable mention that we have is to popcorn. There it is. All right, getting into the top 4 movie candies of all time. Number 4 on the list is Sour Patch Kids. That's it. Sour Patch Kids comes in at number 4. These things they're sneaky addictive. Like somebody says, "Hey, do you want a Sour Patch Kid?" And you're thinking to yourself, "I didn't really think about having one, but since you're offering, okay, I'll go ahead and have one." And you can't, it's one of those you can't have just one. It's sour on the outside, sweet on the inside. You have the one, and then your mouth is telling you you need to have another one. And so you go and you grab one more, and the next thing you know, you've gone through the entire bag. That's how secretly addictive those Sour Patch Kids are. And here's the other thing, the reason why it's on the list for me is because kids love it, right? Kids love Sour Patch Kids. And so, man, I want to help my kids have a great time. And so we're getting those. But then it also, hey, let's just be honest, it keeps them a little bit quiet. Come on, somebody. That's why it's on my list right there. Just to be able to have some peace and quiet every once in a while during a movie-going experience. Number 4 on the list, secretly addictive, is Sour Patch Kids. All right, number 3 on the list is Chewy Sprees. There it is, Chewy Sprees. And it's got to be chewy ones because regular Sprees, like, I don't know. It's not me. I don't want to just sit there and suck on some hard candy. I want to be able to like actually engage. Like I need to choose something. And that's where the Chewy Sprees come involved. And just we've got to talk about this though too, because not just Chewy Sprees, but there's an order to the flavors as well. Like there's some flavors of the Chewy Sprees that are just better than others. So here it is. This is the order of a list on the flavors of Sprees as well. Starting at the bottom, orange. Orange is the worst. It just is. Orange, then you got yellow, I'll go purple, green, and you got to go red. Red is the best. In fact, when it comes to fruity candy, red is always the best. Starburst, Dots, Skittles, you name it, red wins every single time. Chewy Sprees coming in at number 3. Here's the other reason why it's on my list is because, and that's my wife's number 1. So it's got to be on my list. If it's number 1 for her, then it's coming in, well, not number 1 for me, but at least it's number 3. There you go, Chewy Sprees. Number 2 on the list, here we go, Reese's Pieces. Oh, Reese's Pieces. Y'all know that I have such a fondness for chocolate and peanut butter together. And you know what? Reese's Pieces, they hit the spot. Now, some of you would be expecting to see some sort of other candy. Like you'd expect to see Raisinets on here. You'd expect to see Milk Duds or something like that. But I'm just telling you, for me, chocolate candy, just regular chocolate candy or some sort of that during the movie, I'm not going there. And here's the reason why. Eating chocolate in a dark movie theater with the possibility of having it fall on my shirt or on my pants, that's not my idea of a good time. Having a Junior Mint stuck on my pants and melting to it, that's not my idea of a good time. So because of my clean freak nature, the closest that I'm getting to chocolate is if it's going to be covered in a hard candy shell. M&M's, okay, but Reese's Pieces and here's the other thing. If a candy has an iconic moment in movie history, then it's got to be iconic as well. If it's good enough for E.T., it's good enough for me. Number 2 on the list absolutely has to be Reese's Pieces. Love Reese's Pieces. And here we go. Number 1, without further ado, Twizzler Bites. Oh, man, I love licorice. That is just it's an iconic candy in itself. I love licorice. I love licorice on road trips. I love licorice when we're watching movies and I'm a fan of Twizzler Bites. Again, it's bite size. Maybe again, that's my clean freak nature that's coming out, and so I just like the bite sizeness of the Twizzlers. And then movies, like there's a debate, when people are talking about candy, about if it's Red Vines or Twizzlers. Do you go Red Vines or Twizzlers? And my question for everybody who is a fan of Red Vines is, have you ever had Twizzlers? Because in my opinion, there's just no debate at all. 100% a fan of Twizzlers, a fan of the bite-sized pieces of it. Absolutely 100%. The number 1 movie candy of all time has to be Twizzler Bites. That's my opinion. I'm sure you have yours. In fact, I would love to know your opinion. Let me know what your top list of movie-going candies are. Tell me, come on. Let me know where I was right. Let me know where I was wrong, but let me know what your opinion is as well. I'd want to hear that. Today is going to be an absolutely fantastic show for you. In fact, why don't we go ahead and have a little drop of knowledge from Pastor Raphael. What I learned from Pastor Raphael.
You share your birthday with about 20.8 million other people in the world.
And He cracks me up every single time. Love those segments. Hey, why don't we keep the fun rolling? Let's see what the guys have been up to in Dude Junior.
This is Dude Junior Cornhole Edition. Let's go! This is Alley-oop. Let's go! Let's go! This is the hike. Ready, set, hike! Yeah! Yeah! Let's go! This is Ford Road. This is the double decker. Yeah! Oh my goodness!
Come on, my guy's killing it again. Dude Junior, always entertaining, pretty impressive a lot of times too. I can't wait for this segment. Such an inspiration, such an honor for us to be able to have a special guest in this week's Midweek Moment. Come on, somebody. Welcome to the Midweek Moment part of the show. Special guest. Oh my goodness gracious. Cannot believe that I get to be able to sit here with Pastor Dino Rizzo, the Godfather. Pastor, you're one of the pastors of my life. Thank you so much for the influence that you have in my life, in our church.
Yeah.
Nationwide.
Wow.
I mean, you're a pastor of pastors. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, I love you, Pastor, and it's an honor to be always talking to Focus Church, and it's just we're sitting here in the Alabama sun.
Let's go.
Alabama, baby, Alabama. So it's an honor. I love serving the body of Christ and love talking to people about what God is doing, and
Come on.
and just helping people.
So I know this. I know that God is absolutely still moving, speaking to people even in 2020. But before we get to that, I've got an important question for you.
Come on, D.
Okay, so going and watching movies, that's a great time.
Yeah.
Absolutely going and watching a movie. It's important to do.
That's right.
But you can't watch a movie without a snack.
Yeah.
So what is your number one go-to snack
The
during the movie?
go-to snack, other than we're gonna see somebody cut grass here.
Yeah.
The go-to snack for me would be Milk Duds.
Milk Duds, okay.
And I used to not be,
Okay.
but it's my wife's.
Oh, that's
she
what it
won't
is.
let me buy. We only gonna buy one snack. So I
Oh.
have to buy her the snack, and then so I just had to through 32 years of marriage.
Okay.
I'm going Milk Duds.
Okay, I can respect that, but you're wrong. That's not it, because there's too much chocolate
Yeah.
in the middle of a dark place.
That's
I'm gonna
true.
get chocolate on side of me.
Yeah.
I like the Milk Duds, but
Okay.
I've gotta go with Twizzlers.
Oh.
The little nub
the little
ones.
one. That's my son.
That's what it is.
My son loves. Now I'm gonna tell you one of my favorite candies, Red Hots.
Red Hots.
Red Hots. If I'm traveling, if I've got a candy of choice, it's Red Hots.
Love that
Love the
so much.
cinnamon.
All right, we could talk about that all
There you
day
go.
long. But I know this. I know that even in the middle of 2020 and all of this craziness, God's still moving.
Yep.
God's still speaking to people. Tell me this: what's what God's been speaking just to you recently about?
Yeah. Well, I mean, even like through formats like this is amazing.
Yeah.
Being able to communicate and connect like this, and through technology, through creativity, and you do great at that.
Come on.
And you're a good friend. It's a good man right here. Just so
Let's
you know,
go.
You got a good pastor.
You should listen to him. He's smart.
There you go. But I've had a phrase, and there's a million scriptures of just how big God is.
I love that.
I think God is way bigger than we give him credit.
Come on.
I think he's way in more control than we think. Now, sometimes in our life, we don't feel that. Sometimes we feel like our life is out of control.
Ooh.
Sometimes we feel like, where is God in all this?
Right.
And there's a lot of this right now.
Yeah.
But God is there, and God is bigger. God is not surprised
So
by what we're
good.
going through, our family, our situations, our pain, our trauma. And I've just been encouraged by that in my own life.
That
in
is
my
so
own
good.
family. I have 3 children. I started getting grown children
Come
at
on.
another level. Been married 32 years.
Yeah.
And I need that. I've been a Christian since I came to Christ at 19.
Come on.
I was not raised in church.
Come on.
Didn't know nothing about God. Never would have went to church. The church came to me through outreach.
Wow.
I know you guys do a lot of serve. And so, And I've just seen over and over again, when I thought God was small,
Yeah.
when I thought God couldn't hear, when I thought God couldn't see, he's always surprised me that he's in control.
That's so good. You know, I had somebody, I was having this conversation just recently, and we came to the realization, when was the last time that we thanked God for 2020?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, that we should still be thankful for the breath that we
Oh,
have.
without doubt.
We should still be thankful that we get to have relationships
Yep.
like this.
Yep.
There's so much to still be thankful for. And I love it just because you said, because our God's bigger.
Yeah.
Our God's bigger in 2020.
Yeah, the Bible says, in all things, we give
Ooh.
thanks. In all things. And there's some things that, aren't too good. I think it's Romans 8:28, for we know that God, works all things together
So good.
for the good of them, who are called according to his purpose. So God can work in all things, good things, bad things, COVID things,
He can work in COVID.
pandemic things.
He can work in racial
Oh
inequality
my
things.
goodness. The pain and the trauma of people.
Are you sure
God
He
can
can work in
work in all
political
that.
things though?
Yeah.
Come on.
What does it say? That it talks about, I think it's Psalms 2, that says that the kingdoms and the kings rage, and he that sits in the heavens shall laugh.
Wow.
Which means God's in control of all this. And my faith is not in any of that. My faith is in the Word of God, which you preach.
Preach.
It's in, Tony Evans says that God doesn't ride on a donkey or an elephant. He rides on the clouds.
Let's
He's
go.
He is victorious.
Let's go. I love that word.
There ain't a cloud in
Ain't
the
a cloud in the sky. He's
We
still
have that
riding.
blue Alabama
I
sky.
love that so much.
Yeah.
Put our faith and trust in the kingdom of God, because God's kingdom is so much bigger. Going back to that word you said,
Yeah.
God is bigger than all of this mess, all of this junk. Not just even the big stuff. God's bigger than the problems that,
Yeah.
like the individual stuff that we have.
Here's what makes him so great, that he's so big. That he's so big that he can, I don't like using the word reduce, but can reduce his power and his love and his grace and his mercy down to a person who woke up today and doesn't feel valuable because of someone sending them a text, because maybe they felt something rejected when they looked at something on Instagram, or maybe a parent had said something, or maybe a spouse. Maybe it's a 14-year-old that doesn't measure up to, other people's beauty. God is so big. He reduces himself or
Individualizes.
Individualizes him. It's the incarnation of Christ down to noticing Jesus among a crowd says, wait a minute, somebody touched me. One small touch gets the attention of the King of Kings, and it's just a woman who's got some problems. And so he heals her. I think, and so that I want to encourage everybody with that he knows what's going on. He knows what's happening in life.
If you need a touch from God today, He knows that it's there. He is big enough to individualize His power into your situation. That is a good word.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, I appreciate you.
Pastor Dino here. We love you so much. We hope that you were encouraged, and peace out. Come on, somebody. Pastor Dino, one of the overseers of our church, one of the pastors in my life, dropping some knowledge in a powerful, powerful way. Love him so much. Thank you so much for being part of the Midweek show. Speaking of dropping some knowledge, why don't we go ahead and learn something from Pastor Raphael?
The human nose can detect over 1 trillion smells.
Telling you every single time. Come on, Pastor Raphael, we celebrating you just like we celebrate all cultures with this month's cultural cuisine.
Welcome to this week's edition of Cultural Cuisine. We are so happy to have our amazing pastors who have been so brave to try so many things, Pastor Jessica and Pastor Frankie. And today we're going to mix it up a little bit because we have a very American holiday coming up. So we thought we would do some American food.
Okay.
Let's celebrate our own culture. culture a little bit.
Right.
So it's American. Then we're also going to talk about our Thanksgiving. So you guys are going to give us some of your background on Thanksgiving dishes that you like, things that you do for Thanksgiving, stuff like that. So this isn't really Thanksgiving food, but it's very American. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
It is
Let's see.
hot wings.
All right.
All right, these ones aren't too hot. These are just from our local Fry's grocery store.
Okay.
And they're just the sweet chili ones, so
Okay.
good to start off. But one of you
Yeah.
has to draw a card,
Okay.
and then make sure to show us what the question is, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
Go ahead,
Draw a
Frankie.
card, grab one, start talking.
Okay, Frankie, what you got?
All right. So, best dish you ever made yourself?
Ooh.
Let's see. I want to say my Thanksgiving turkey is pretty good.
Get a bite, get a bite.
Those are good. Those are amazing.
It's really good.
Best dish I ever made. That's hard. I like to cook a lot, so there's a lot. I think homemade turkey too, because it's a lot of work and love and effort. Mango habanero. Oh, it's gonna get hotter?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Blue cheese and ranch if you need it.
Frankie, do you do dipping sauce? No, me neither.
All right, tell us about your turkeys. What do you do that's special?
These are good.
That's really good. Phil's brother gave me a secret. Milk brine.
That's
Milk
what
brine.
I use.
Oh.
This one is called Desert Heat. It's
Ooh.
a dry rub.
Side note,
Buffalo Wild Wings.
dry rub is my favorite way to eat.
You didn't take any meat off of yours.
Good. They're little bites.
Fun fact: I used to do competitive wing eating, and this might look a little weird to you guys. You
Let's
just
see it.
take off
Yep.
all the meat with one bite.
Oh my
Nailed!
goodness.
Woohoo! Look at that. All right, next question.
Best Thanksgiving dessert.
Okay, and your next up is called Wild from Buffalo Wild Wings.
So, my best Thanksgiving dessert is not one that I make. It is my grandma's sour cream lemon pie. And she would make it every year. It's super simple. It's nothing, crazy. Anyone can make it. But it's because my grandma made it that
It makes it magical. So
Wild.
what's the best Thanksgiving dessert? I just love pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie. And do we get a choice of saying a second one or just one?
Sure, go for it. Tell us.
Pecan pie is great too.
So, not a fan of that one. It's like tangy. Right?
It's wild.
It's wild. Ooh, and it's spicy. That has a little kick to it. Uh-oh. It's not even the spiciest, is it?
That's not spicy. Worst Thanksgiving food.
Blazing.
Uh-oh. That looks hot.
Blazing.
That looks hot.
I've done the
Wait.
blazing challenge and I finished it in
Wait.
2 minutes.
There's a
and
challenge?
50. Was it 250? Yeah, because it was 3 minutes, 12 wings in 3 minutes.
Oh gosh.
Whoa.
Of
Look how
these.
spicy that looks. That looks spicy.
And this isn't even like
Take
hot.
a big bite, Pastor Jessica. We want to see it. A big one. That was like medium size.
That was a good chunk. Tastes like just hot sauce, like actual enchilada sauce. That's what it tastes like. Oh gosh.
Just wait.
Oh gosh, here it comes.
Give it a couple minutes.
Nope, I want to drink the milk.
My least or worst
Worst
Thanksgiving food is like
Oh, that one's hot.
what is it?
Get another bite.
Oh, I'm good.
Which one's the one with the green beans and then like the
Green bean
like
casserole.
that? Yeah, I don't like green bean casserole. I don't know why.
It's hot. Oh, that's hot. I'd also like to compare Frankie's plate to mine. The little bites and the big bites. All right.
This glazing is
I'm
amazing.
saving room.
All right, this one is a new one. It's from a place called Buffalo Spot. And this is Nashville Hot. It's a
Okay.
new one that they just got out.
That doesn't sound so hot.
Here we go.
Trying this one.
Down the hatch.
That tastes like dirty feet. Sorry. It has I don't like cumin. I can taste it.
It's a little sweet.
Best Thanksgiving memory.
Yeah, just carving the turkey. And I would always request the leg. And that was just my favorite, just turkey leg.
My favorite Thanksgiving memory. Go ahead.
Pineapple jalapeno.
Well,
before
that
you tell
sounds
us
spicy
yours.
too. My eyes are watering because of the spice. My family, I was always the youngest, and so finally, like the last Thanksgiving I had before I moved away from Seattle, I got to sit at the grown-up table, and that was like I was 22, and I got to sit at the grown-up table,
Woohoo!
so that was a big deal. Favorite memory? No
Not my favorite.
pineapple. We have different tastes, Mikey. I've decided.
That's
why you guys are
funky.
a great duo.
Through 4 episodes.
That is funky.
No, it's good. All right,
It tastes like fish.
it does not taste like fish, by the way. That one's a good one. It's not spicy.
More blazing?
No more blazing. No more.
You can have them at the end.
All right.
No thanks.
Best Thanksgiving meal.
Oh, my aunt's house. She's the best cook I know in the whole entire planet. Always will be my aunt's house.
Yeah. My mom's. Second is mine, because they're the only two I've ever had.
All right, atomic hot
Uh-oh.
wings.
That sounds great.
Oh, no.
Rest in peace,
Been
Jessica.
my Jessica.
Got my milk ready. Can't get it out.
Let's see it.
A little bite.
Mm.
That was a good size bite.
I'm starting to feel the tingling back in the back of my neck.
So am I. I don't like it. It's hot. Need a little more milk. Is this what the bread's for? Oh, I just
Yeah.
forgot we have bread.
How's your mouth feeling?
It's on fire. Take it
That's
off.
Frankie, we got some left over. So you can dig in.
Okay.
When we're done.
Put it over there.
Sounds awesome.
But that is our cultural cuisine for this week. We are loving American culture. We are looking forward to giving thanks this season.
Amen.
There's our cultural cuisine. Peace out. You didn't do peace.
Yeah, you didn't do peace.
Oh, my mouth is burning. I can't think of anything else.
Whew, man, I knew it was going to be a hot episode. I just didn't know it was going to be that hot. Let's go. So much fun celebrating all cultures, even subcultures within our culture. Some of y'all didn't even know that that was a culture, but it absolutely is. Dropping some knowledge on you. Why don't we go ahead and drop some more knowledge on you? What I learned from Pastor Raphael.
A horse can look forward with one eye and backwards with the other one.
Man, I love that guy so much. Always bringing some crazy, weird facts for us. Maybe some of you can even share that as you go to work tomorrow or something. I don't know, whatever it is. Love those segments so much. But this segment that we've got coming up, this is a celebration. This is a huge thing. I think it's going to be an inspiration for you as well. Somebody who's very close to our heart is going to be the recipient of this month's I Can Do Better mini grant.
Welcome to another I Can Do Better mini grant segment. November is National Adoption Month, and we want to say thank you to all of the foster parents, adoptive parents, foster to adopt parents, kinship caregivers, and respite parents that we know that may be watching. Adoption and foster care are some of the most practical ways that we can mirror the love that God has for us. And we want to say thank you to anyone who has supported adoption in the past or the present. We also want to say thank you to those of you that are in the process of adopting. We have so many families in our community that have supported adoption in the past or are in the process of adopting. I wish I could highlight each and every one of those families, but we decided to choose one to be the recipient of the I Can Do Better mini grant for November. It happens to be Pastor Jessica and Phil Rogers. They have been part of our church for a while now. Pastor Jessica actually serves as our kids pastor, and Phil serves on our dream team. God has placed adoption on their hearts, and they can't wait to meet their new child and to add to their family. Every time Pastor Jessica has an announcement for us, for our staff team, we get excited thinking it might be the announcement of their new child, that they have been matched with that child. But it hasn't happened yet, but we just want to come alongside them and support them. We've already done that. Our church has helped them build a beautiful website to just help them connect with that prospective father and mother that's looking for an adoptive parent. We also will support them financially this month. We'll support through their adoption agency, which is Christian Family Care. And we invite you to support them as well, whatever that looks like for you. You know, praying for their family, praying for Phil, praying for Jessica, praying for their children throughout this process. If you'd like to hear more about their journey, get updates from them, just go to tinyurl.com/adopt314. Thanks.
Come on, somebody. Absolutely amazing. Celebrating somebody who's very close to our church's heart. Phil, Pastor Jessica, we are believing. We're believing to see your family grow, and we're excited to be able to see that. Church, I want to just encourage you. Continue to support them. Continue to pray for them that there's going to be a miracle right around the corner to see their family grow in a big way. We want you to know this, that your church loves you very, very much. And hey, I just want to say that to you as well. Man, we love you. That is this month's midweek show. We can't wait to be able to see you again next month, and peace out.